Smoke and mirrors, guys. Welcome to the movie factory.
So exciting.
Trust me. Please. We can kill it.
Ferocious, aren't I? I'm trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
I want your eyes, Triz!
You're not trying to die.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Are you want to get nuts? Come on.
Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
They gotta see some serious shit.
All right, this is Smoke and Mirrors, episode 85. We're Rob, Dave, and Triz, Bicycle Boys. We're
Jesus.
we're bringing you all the movie news from around the world. We scoured it, so you don't have to find it. And welcome to this new episode. This is weekly adventure that we've set for you guys. Hopefully you're joining in live, and you can ask us some questions. T-Balls is on the monitoring there. YouTube and Twitch familiar. Gotta have the familiar in there. Hey, how's it going there?
Good.
Yeah, good, man.
Good.
So much better than I fucking was. Fucking COVID really came through with the blick.
That's right. Returning soldier Triz.
COVID came through and just kicked your back.
See, I stand up and I've just got one leg and shit. I'm back. Like, if Oues is coming back from war, I'm coming back like Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall with the scalps on my fucking side.
Jesus.
I'm going full savage.
100 Nazi scalps. All right.
My scalps.
If that's what they want to do, that's what they want you to do.
Speaking
I would
of
come back, but I wouldn't come back home with them.
Nah, they wouldn't just
doing
be
that shit
fresh
at
on
home.
Oues' belt.
As a comeback for the boys showing it, and then I just throw it away and have a nice shower and then go proper home.
What's his face? Speaking of scalping, so you know how Prey, the next Predator movie, is set in like back in those times, right?
Yeah.
Those kind of first settler times.
The early hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think them scalping is like homage and sort of fealty to the Predators?
Taking trophies.
Well, yeah, taking trophies, and if they scalp them right, the people would look like Predators.
Yeah, they would, actually.
Sure.
Mm.
I thought you were going to say the other way around, like the Predators learnt to take trophies from, like, you know, the Native Americans and shit like that.
I mean, yeah.
But they would have been doing this for longer
They
as
could
well.
do both. Go both ways, baby. All right, we're back. Streaming news. First story off the jump there. Elton John is prepping, not him himself, but his team is prepping a farewell tour doco. So if you don't know, Elton John is on his Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour, right? So they're documenting that for something that's going to come out on Disney Plus later on in the year. I'm pretty sure they're going to wait until the tour finishes. What's really cool about his tour is he finishes where he started in a venue, I think, in the South in America, right? Which is pretty cool because he got so much influence from those artists as well that came out of the South during that time, and before that. The documentary will also include all this footage from like him coming up, touring back in the day, because if Elton wasn't putting out like an album every 6 months back in the day in the 70s, it was touring.
He was on the road.
Yeah. And it was big about that.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds mad, man. Like there's been like this mad Elton John renaissance lately since Rocket Man dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want that train to stop because Mans is a genius.
He is.
Elton John is a fucking machine. Like, probably one of the only, like, you know, older artists nowadays still kicking that, like, you know, has done, what, nearly 60 or 70 years of music or some shit like that? That's crazy. Well, 50 years.
Yeah.
Now,
They hit
unreal.
in every decade.
Elton literally only took a break now because of COVID.
And his
Otherwise,
kids.
And his kids. Otherwise, Elton's touring. He's out.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
Which is fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
First time that he can relax. But it doesn't stop him from doing shit like the Dua Lipa feature, the Metallica feature that he did. He's a beast. Still in beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Always innovating, that guy. Always making something. Fingers in many pies.
Hey.
But we also have, so we got Doug Liman. So he's actually adapting Ronan Bergman's book called Rise and Kill First. So it's going to be a limited series based on one of the stories that's in there. And essentially this is all about the Egyptian president back in those times. And he's looking to create like this missile program to like take over Israel at that point in time. And it's fucking crazy. And then like, you know, Israel catches word of all this. So they get this like Mossad agent to start like setting up all these extortions, these kidnappings to try and slow it down because it's a massive threat that's coming through as well. And it's crazy as well because it introduces like even Nazi members into the fucking fold as well to help like set all this shit up. So there's so much shit going on and so much like, you know, spy espionage shit. It's fucking crazy. But this sounds interesting, man. This is it Liman or Liman? I feel like I fuck this up every time.
I say Liman now. I used to say Liman.
It is Liman, though, yeah?
Yeah. Like, it's
Liman?
definitely like Liman. Liman?
Liman.
Yeah. Liman. It's crazy because this isn't adapting the whole book. It's just one chapter of the book. It's like, you know, I'm going to get you, sucker, when Chris Rock's like, how much for one rib?
Doesn't he ask for a fry?
Yeah, or a sip of drink.
Yeah. And then he pulls out that wad. It's
Yeah. That's wild, man. Shout out to
It's
Chris
fucking
Rock.
crazy. Yeah. But this, like, super interesting. I'm excited to see a trailer for this. At least I'm loving these limited series that have been dropping. Really just gets you in for more.
Yeah.
There's a limited series that are supposed to end this week that didn't end.
I know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm the one that wins, really.
All right. So we had a few more acquisitions there this week. So Netflix acquired this movie called Pain Hustlers, and Apple got this movie called Fingernails, right? So Pain Hustlers is going to star Emily Blunt. She stars as like this high school dropout and single mother that like gets this job in this failing pharmaceutical startup, and it's in like this dirty fucking strip mall, right? Just through her charm and everything, and just her drive to sort of be successful, it ends up just like fucking killing it, and it catapults her company into like, you know, the stratosphere. And then she starts encountering like, you know, all this criminal conspiracy and all this stuff, and yeah, it's crazy. It sounds pretty cool, that one.
Yeah.
And then Fingernails is starring Jesse Buckley and Riz Ahmed. And so it's about this test that involves married couples, right? Or couples, and whether or not they should be married, right? And it's like this whole test, and Riz Ahmed and what's his face? Riz Ahmed is an instructor and does the test for couples. And, you know, Buckley plays like this skeptical, you know, person who's obviously not very, you know, positive about the result that she's going to get married and whatnot with her longtime partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is different. I can see this happening in real life.
Yeah, big time. This is like the early stages is how many people they got with the, you know, in Facebook when they used to say, do this quiz to see how strong your relationship is. I wonder how many people were like, you know what? My relationship isn't that strong. I question it. Fuck out of here.
But it was always crazy, those things, because it was like, your relationship status is rock or tiger or something stupid. Like, it's always just something stupid.
I
But
feel
yeah.
like
I mean, this isn't. I mean, this happens already. This is literally an arranged marriage. So if you're of Hindu or Indian descent or something like that, you will get arranged to get married, and this is how they base it. It's not on sort of the chemistry. It's literally, hey, you've got this, he's got this. We put you together. The family benefits. Yeah,
strategic move.
that's right.
Yeah. I see a lot of these movies coming out where it's always technology over the sort of the human experience and the human judgment. Like, I think as our technology furthers, we'll get a lot more of these films as well.
Yeah.
Like Deus Ex Machina, we had Black Mirror. Gosh. So we had Star Wars Day, Star Wars Celebration this weekend, right? 4-day event. There was some big announcements that kind of came out, some big trailers, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
So talking about Andor, they said there's some surprises in store for those of have been devoted to the original trilogy. And those surprises, this is Tony Gilroy speaking. He said those surprises are characters who you thought were a certain way might not be that way, but that story is there for a reason. Like the story that's presented to you, because there's a lot of double crossing and shit like that, which makes me think that there's a lot of the kind of rebel experience that you think they were working for the rebels, but they were actually just working both sides. There was also more details about the Acolyte. The Acolyte taking place in the High Republic, and just confirming that era was hundreds of years ago. And at that time, the Jedi were just plentiful. There were heaps. So you couldn't fuck with the galaxy at that time because the Jedi Order was just everywhere. They were the power back then. Ahsoka and The Mandalorian Season 3 set dates. So Ahsoka is coming out sometime in 2023, which we kind of thought was going to be the case. It has to be, because it's about a year and a half away. And Mandalorian will drop in February 2023, which is pretty cool. So Season 3 of The Mandalorian, Bryce Dallas Howard will direct an episode where she's been kind of mainstay every season. I think she's directed some of the best episodes since season 2.
She's definitely got the best episode in Boba Fett.
Yeah. Which was another episode of The Mandalorian.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
We got our first details about John Watt's Star Wars project as well, which is going to be called Skeleton Crew. So Jude Law is heading that one up. And this one is, what John Watt said was, it's a show starring kids, but it's not made for kids. And it's going to be like those Amblin sort of Goonies style adventures, but set in a galaxy far, far away, which sounds pretty cool to me. I like it when they push that kid genre just a little bit. We got the Young Jedi Adventures, which was also announced. So this one's also going to take place in the High Republic era, which is hundreds of years ago, right? But Yoda's going to actually be in there.
Of course.
So, yeah. I don't know if they're going to actually date Yoda and he's going to be a bit younger than what you see him in episode 1.
He's supposed to be 900 years old, man. So
okay. Well, no wonder he's the best fucking swordsman. You know what I mean?
He's got time to practice.
That's right. He put in his 10,000, maybe 10 million hours.
Right. You're talking about practice. AI Giffen.
So Yoda has these younglings, right? And he basically sends them to a Jedi temple all around the galaxy, and then they get into adventures and save the day, essentially. Which Which, yeah, it sounds alright. It doesn't sound like one of the serious sort of canon stories, but it sounds pretty cool. Natasha Liu Bordizzo has been cast as Sabine Wren in Ahsoka, so they talk about Sabine Wren a lot because I think she held the Darksaber initially.
Yes.
On Mandalore. So that'll be cool to sort of see fleshed out. And we will get to those trailers for all of Star Wars Celebration later. So stick around, motherfuckers.
Jesus.
So we also have so Demi Monde, the J.J. Abrams production that was coming through, where he was going to direct the pilot, that sci-fi show that he had going on for all these years now. It looks like it might be in a bit of fucking strife. So with the what is it, Discovery and Warner Brothers. So David Zaslav he's starting to sort of question where all the fucking money's going for the deal that they had with Bad Robot. Mm-hmm. And because there hasn't been much, coming out from them, he's just like, well, what the fuck's going on? You've already got nearly over $200 million poured into Demi Monde, which is more than fucking the new Throne show coming out. What's the go here? Like, we haven't seen anything from you guys. We need to see something at least. And, so now, with that happening, it might be on the back burner and just scrapped. So there's a bit of, peril going on with the show. See how things go.
Well, they just want to take the money and not do anything, mate.
I know.
That's what it sounds like.
Fucking you know what's something, funny? Champion.
It's funny that you see, Bad Robot producing this in, for Apple, for Netflix. For fucking, theatrical distribution at Paramount. Star Trek. Bad Robot's all over that.
Yeah.
What's going on, mate? You just took the money. There's all these projects teed up. Justice League Dark. Constantine. Fucking Demi Monde. An animated thing that I think Abrams was also working on. And then nothing.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I think about, I think this week, CD Projekt Red announced that they're going to make a Witcher 4. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So they said, we've finished the research stage, so now we're going to start going into pre-production, right? Mm-hmm. So only now will we set budgets and whatnot up for this project.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be with TV shows. All right, cool. You want to develop it? That's fine. You got to do all the research first. And when it's time to get into pre-production, then we'll start talking about budgets and whatnot. Yeah. Up until then, you guys are not getting paid.
Didn't Cameron sort of do that shit with Avatar 2, 3, and 4, though? Where he did all his research, made all of his fucking, world building, and then got to pre-production?
Yeah, but that was paid for.
Yeah.
That wasn't free.
He squeezed...
It was paid for by Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron paid for it, but he was also, he was given the green light by Disney.
Yeah.
They were hard up for that shit. He squeezed it till it was purple.
Can you imagine Cameron walking in there? Just, hey, player, how's about I get this for on a house?
It wasn't like Ron Howard with the Willow series.
Yeah.
This guy was into location scouting already, and then Disney was like, I like it. I'll give you $90 million.
little 90 million, just take that, take it and run.
See how we pull it out his pocket and just throw it at
I would do the job for a quarter of that money. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would want scripts. You know what I mean? I want shooting scripts. So if I tell you to fuck off, I keep the script. Because I want to put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I pay $250 million, mate?
Yeah.
It just seems like Abrams is prioritizing all these other things and just leaving HBO Max in the fucking dirt. Sorry, Discovery and Warner Brothers in the dirt.
Yeah, this is the biggest check in the mail, sort of.
Can you imagine if fucking Abrams took all this money and just squandered it? I was out here just slapping on the pokey the whole time. Just $30,000 bets every time.
It's going to come up one day. Fucking hit the feature, mate.
That'd be fucked. J.J. Abrams as the fucking Aussie battler. fucking disgusting in his high vis and work boots at the fucking pokies.
It's the most dangerous animal on the planet.
Actually, get a few beers in him.
Fuck.
It's unstoppable.
Man.
So we for our last story, streaming news this week. So Jodie Foster is set to join and produce the new True Detective season 4, right?
Yeah.
So Vince Palazzo,
Nick.
Nick Pizzolatto, and McConaughey, and I'm pretty sure if McConaughey's there, what's his face will be there. Baldy, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Harrelson's there for sure.
Harrelson. He'll be there as well for sure. So this one's going to be called True Detective Night Country. It's going to be set in Ennis, Alaska, and it's going to be set during that. I think it's a month where it's just dark, right?
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for Jodie Foster because she'll be shooting at night for the next 3-4 months, more than likely, and that's a really shit experience.
At night in the cold.
In the cold, yeah. Well, that's if they shoot it. You can shoot somewhere else and still call it Alaska, and it can still be warm.
True.
But she's going to be playing this cop called Danvers. Yeah, Liz Danvers, and who else is in there? Evangeline Navarro is also in there, and they're going to have to sort of carry out this investigation in the dark, in like this month-long winter in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like it.
Who is it?
You
Barry
go.
Jenkins is directing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because they're kind of investigating together, but then there's all this personal shit that's kind of coming out about both of them as well that they're also working through, which is kind of like that's True Detective.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Carrie and all of them were back, but I suppose it's different. It's just weird seeing Nick Pizzolatto, on as just a producer this time around, though.
Yeah.
Instead of writing all of it.
I don't want to start a narrative, but I think it's because of how controlling he is with the property, which it's a good property. You know what I mean? Yeah. The first season set it up really well, but he takes a really long time to come up with a concept and execute it. So that I don't think they want years between seasons anymore. Like if it's a viable IP, why not have it yearly coming at you, even if it's like a anthological structure?
Yeah. Yeah, true. But I suppose you can't really do like a show like this every year. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you look at the star power and the stuff that they're dealing with, the subject matter, and you wouldn't want to see something like this every year.
They did it with American Horror Story for like
Star
12
power, my
seasons.
friend. Star power.
Hey, Jessica Lange was in there. Fuck.
That. Jodie Foster? Come on now.
They had Lady Gaga in one season, maybe 2 seasons.
Yeah, and we've seen how that went with her fucking Italian accent. All right? We're talking
I think
about
everybody's got that fucking Italian accent.
stereotypical Mario accent that she was doing. I don't know what was going on there.
It's a me.
Jared Leto's is supposedly worse than hers. But we're talking about 2-time Academy Award winner, bloody Jodie Foster.
I'm excited about Foster.
We're talking about
I'm not
what's
shitting
his
on
face,
Foster.
who had just won an Oscar.
The
Coming
Jenks.
on the McConaughey to wins the Oscar, does True Detective. What's his face? Mahershala wins the Oscar and does True Detective. Like there's just a different level of actor that they're going for. Just trying to bombed up and depleted anyway. So.
Like a big hate.
Fuck you, asshole.
All right. That's it for streaming news.
That's it.
Now it's time to fan the hammer. All right. So Netflix is developing a Horizon Zero Dawn show with Sony. Apple and Bad Robot are joining for a live-action Speed Racer series. David Zaslav is going out of his fucking mind at Waters. So apparently Val Kilmer's character of Mad Mardigan will have a presence in the Willow series. However, they couldn't actually get him in there because, one, he was fighting throat cancer, and two, it was COVID, right? So they couldn't actually put him in there. For some weird fucking reason, a law-abiding citizen sequel has been planned. I don't know how. Rita Moreno is joining Fast X as the family expands as Dom's grandmother. Samuel Jackson is joining animated Garfield film for Sony. He'll be an original character. He's actually playing Garfield's dad. So hopefully we get Motherfucker in there somewhere.
I was about to say, his name should have been Motherfucker the Mouse.
Celeste O'Connor is joining Madam Web. I don't know what for, but she's the chick from Ghostbusters Afterlife, and she kind of kills it. The Cube remake is getting retooled because the ideas that they had were from 2015 and just weren't viable anymore. Fucking hell. Holding on to some shit for 7 years. We got our first look at Indiana Jones 5, which is some moody scene lit with gold through the fucking light there, Indy crossing a bridge, but it still looks pretty cool. And I'm excited for what Mangold is going to bring. Junkie XL is returning to the Wasteland. He's going to score Furiosa, which I love because that Fury Road score is fucking fire. Gran Turismo is going to become a film. Hopefully it's just based on you trying to get the licenses for every class. Jerry Bruckheimer has confirmed in Ask Me Anything on AMA that the script is being developed with Nicolas Cage to return to National Treasure 3 because the last movie that he starred in grossed $470 million worldwide. So why the fuck wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. And the Oscars, the AMPAS, has confirmed that, okay, we're out of the pandemic mostly. So your films need to be shown theatrically to qualify for a fucking award, which I don't really give a shit about.
No.
Oscars is dead to me, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, player.
And that is fanning. Damn. Sorry, I did the long outro there. All right, we got some big old fucking movie trailers this week. Big movie blowout. We got Forgiven, which is dropping July 1st, which looks like one of those tense fucking thrillers. I'm liking it. Moon Age Daydream, David Bowie biopic, which looks fucking amazing, is dropping sometime in September. Elvis trailer 2, which is looking solid. I haven't heard any word from Khan, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. True Lies, which is looking fucking trash. Throw this on the fucking heap with the Equalizer series starring Queen Latifah. We got our next trailer for Love and Thunder, which is dropping on July 7th, which shows us our first images of Gore, the Butcher, and Zeus as well. A lot of comedy in there. And a bit more Natalie Portman, actually. You get to see her in action, and she's looking mighty fine. We got BJ Novak, his movie Vengeance, which is looking fucking excellent. Might I add, didn't know Novak was on it like that, which is dropping July 29th. I just didn't want to say BJ again. We got our first look at Beast, which is I don't know, kind of could be a guilty pleasure. Looks like fucking Deep Blue Sea out in the Kruger National Park or something like that.
Yeah, but they sprinkled a little bit of the grey in there.
They did.
Man's punched a lion.
Yeah.
He would have broken his hand.
I want to do everything that's on the box. I want to ride a giraffe. I want to shoot a lion in the face.
That comes out August 19th. It looks fairly good. We got Murder at Yellowstone, which is like this Western ride, but it's got some star power behind it from RLJE Films. That looks fire. We've got Devotion, which also looks good. Devotion was the fucking John Majors and Glenn Powell one about the World War II fighter pilots in Korea. Fuck, this look good. This look excellent.
John
And then we
Majors.
got what's it?
So it's John Majors. Like that's
Yeah.
all I need now. Like that guy knows how to pick a project.
And it's the second time that he's in Korea because the first time was in Lovecraft.
Lovecraft, yeah.
Yeah. And then we got our first look at Willow, the series, which looks fucking excellent. And it looks good.
Bound to be, man. It's the old Ron Howard there.
Fuck yeah.
Mans doesn't choose a dog.
I don't know. I'm not across Howard's filmography that much that I'm going to contest that. So I'm going to say you right there, dog.
Ransom, that was a good one.
But the trailer I want to focus on this week is The Gray Man. Fuck, this looks excellent. This is my sort of movie. I know it looks like trash. Like it's almost like the action equivalent to The Mummy Returns. But back in the day when we watched The Mummy Returns, fuck, I left that cinema like breathless and sweaty pause.
Oh, man.
We saw it on a Thursday after school, and then we went the Saturday again.
Yeah. But that's how Thriller Minute The fucking Mummy Returns was.
And now I can never watch the movie ever again.
Nah. Mummy Returns is fucking like
It's dead to me now.
yeah. I'm not feeling it like that anymore. But this, like, it reminds me of that. Like that sort of action, like sequences, massive. It's gonna touch on a lot of things. Like I love like the trashier sort of movies. They just hold a special place in my heart. And these characters are looking good as well. We're seeing Gosling, a very different kind of more out there action oriented Gosling that you haven't seen. He's usually the foil or the guy who's too cool for school. And now he's like the guy in the shit.
Got a bit of
Jumping off-
size on him.
Yeah.
He's in shape, man.
Yeah. Cut out of steel, brother.
Yeah.
Did you notice that it looks like Gosling just following the Nico Bellic fucking starter pack for this whole fucking movie?
I noticed.
Ends up in the full
techno
tracksuit with
tracky.
the goatee. Fucking just need to shave his head down a little bit.
I'm really looking forward to it, man. I think that's dropping July 22nd, I believe.
It's very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the trash stash
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Evan. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. This is like, it's shaping up. It's shaping up.
Should be good, man. I'm fucking excited. I was expecting a small piece from this movie, and then it just got real big.
Yeah.
Pause. But it should be good. My pick for the week was fucking Andor, man. I was not expecting this at all from this trailer. The values for this show look fucking out of this world.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing a bit of fucking world building here with everything going on. You actually rarely see fucking Andor in this trailer. You only see him closer to the end. They show you all the environments, everything that's fucking going on, what's happening between the fucking clash with everything going on. Fuck, man. I was in. I was fucking in.
If Obi-Wan is anything to go by, we've only seen scenes from the first 2 episodes. That's it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like,
what I'm loving.
sorry, there's going to be so much more to this show when we actually see it, and 12 episodes, man.
That's what I heard.
12. Mate,
I'm in for the fucking long haul.
For these big shows, right? I don't mind if it's a little bit longer pause. Know what I mean? But I don't know if they're going to, like, it's only half an hour an episode now. But Obi-Wan is like a full-length big kahuna. It's like 55, 47 minutes. It's no easy ride.
What do you call it? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if it was 30 minutes an episode. Because, like, you know, fucking if it's 12 episodes, I'm cool with it. You know what? If it's a limited series, if you're only ever doing one fucking season of this shit, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, give me everything. It would be fucking excellent.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. But nah, this looked fucking mad. I'm so excited for this shit. Couldn't believe it. But yeah, should be good.
And my trailer pick for this week, so basically all of us, because we're all going to talk about it, was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Oh man,
Man, Cruise is just like, he's just going to beat us in the head like this year, next year, the year after that as well. He's already set up. This looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name from Ozark?
Issei Morales.
Jason Bateman. Oh,
That guy is just like the best guy. Oz loves that.
Yeah, same. I'm glad he's actually taking like a prominent villain role in this.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like he's a villain, right? But then
Yeah.
Kittredge is kind of going, hey, like we're going to be controlling the narrative that the world's going to follow now.
Mm.
So Hunt, you either have to join us or you have to you're going to go against us.
I think that Kittredge is the bad guy. I think that he is an MI agent.
That'd be cool as well.
You say, because he's probably just a bit younger than Cruise.
Mm.
He's in that 45-year-old range.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's probably like the Mexican Ethan Hunt.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That would be fucking mad.
Esteban. Very good.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's keeping with the same sort of tropes that the other Mission Impossibles had. Like they're globe hopping big time in this. We're going to get like this desert sequence.
Which
See,
looks
also
like
with the fucking eye patch.
Yeah. That desert sequence is straight out of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's MGS." Like Voight Roberts, take note because this is how we need it to look.
yeah.
Like it just look. Well, if he's going to do the first MGS, then don't take look. You go watch The Rock for that, my friend.
Can you imagine? You see Cruise take off the bloody the scarf and all that shit, and it's just Ocelot in the desert there.
Should be awful.
Fucking cool, man.
That final shot is wild. That camera follows him directly off, pans down, and he's already dropped almost half that cliff already. That's wild, that shit.
Like it's
Crazy.
what they're doing or what he's deciding to do is like just crazy. That he's literally on a moving train. Like he's fighting his way through a carriage and then he's somehow on top of a train and then he's moving through the top of that train while it's moving and it's real. It's not CG. It's real.
And then that train goes off the fucking bridge. You see it like, so what the fuck's Hunt gonna do? That'd be fucking mad if the train breaks in half and he fucking deploys the parachute.
Yeah.
Or hear me out. He gently jogs out of the back of the train like Casey fucking Ryback.
Jeez.
Tell me that's not a movie you want to see.
That gap between the train and the what's his face looks so big.
Yeah.
It's like this far. My nephews would be able to jump.
just a quick hop over.
Just a little, like, just a little jump. AC, right?
Self-righteous.
Shout out to Under Siege.
So that's dropping July 23rd next year?
Yeah, 2023.
And this is just part one.
Yeah, this is just part one. The year after we get part two. And that's the last Ethan Hunt bloody Mission Impossible we ever get.
Bro.
Yeah. So
If you're right, this... No, sorry, no.
You go.
I was going to say, if
You
you're
go.
right about Issei Morales, like, maybe this starts it up for him then, and he's the new Ethan Hunt moving forward.
Bit old to take over a franchise.
True.
They want to keep Mission Impossible going, which I'm pretty sure Cruise will. It'll continue with someone else.
Hopefully Jeremy Renner comes back for this one.
I don't.
Or part two.
I reckon in 2 he'll be in there.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah.
I did like his character.
Yeah.
I reckon Rebecca Ferguson is going to die at the end of part one.
I think that she might actually take over.
Could. As long as she's not
cool with the
crying
eye patch.
80% of the time, like Dune.
Oh, God.
Fucking Rebecca Ferguson is a bad cunt, dude. Oh, really?
It annoys me. Like, she just didn't trust Paul. Like, and it gets to me.
But, like, if you had been indoctrinated for years by the Bene Gesserit, you know what I mean? But you're still trying to change fate and balance things out. And here comes this fucking kid who can see past the veil, right? And he changes his own fucking fate. And he's more powerful than the Bene Gesserit. Now you're like,
Fuck the Benny.
Fuck him.
Paul should have killed them when he had the chance.
doesn't he go back?
No. The Bene Gesserit, I think in the books, they get together and become, they turn into a sandworm. It's really weird.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's really different.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't like her. I don't like that she didn't trust her son to do what was right. He is the chosen one. He's the Skywalker. Like you might as well just let him do his thing.
But until he actually changed his fate at the end, she didn't know that.
Fuck her. What was she training him for?
Well, I think, like, by the end of that movie, right, she was primarily just protecting him. Like, I'm trying to keep you safe. But then it flips. The dynamics change, and it's Paul that has to, like, keep her safe. Like, she was done for. They were going to kill her, like, straight away.
Good.
This guy.
Her character in Mission Impossible is a billion times better.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Elsa is just a machine. That's
Way
why I wouldn't
entertaining.
mind her taking over.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like she does the action as well, so I can respect her for that.
The way that it's done is believable as well. All right, that's it for movie trailers this week.
All good. Bringing us into our entertainment news, some of the saddest fucking news this week, man. The legend himself, Ray Liotta, has passed away at the age of 67. He passed away in his sleep. He was in the Dominican Republic shooting his latest film. We haven't heard any word about causes or anything like that, but 67 is very young age to actually, go. So it's, heartbreaking to see him. This is Henry Hill in Goodfellas, bloody Ray Sinclair in Something Wild. What's his name? Is it Gary Figgis in Copland? Bloody he played Sinatra in the Rat Pack TV movie as well.
Tommy Vercetti, my friend. This is Tommy Vercetti.
Yeah. In Narc as well, Henry Oak. He's just been such a solid fucking actor in his younger years, and then came back later on as well. He was always working, always grinding. He was just doing shit all the time. Even if it was a small part, he was always somewhere. I remember seeing him in what's that Brad Pitt movie, Killing Them Softly as well.
I always laugh at that because he just gets just thrown through the windows.
Oh no. Poor guy.
Oh, man.
Smoking Aces as well.
Aces.
Smoking Aces, Identity.
It was a cat fight, a Donnybrook.
He was fucking everywhere, man. He was even in thingy. There was a video for Street Kings 2, Motor City. And he's in there as well. He's in the Iceman, fucking everything, dude. I had to go through his IMDb because I was like, Ray Liotta hasn't been in that many movies. I just remember him because it's always Henry Hill when I see him. But fucking, I was like, fuck, guy's done over 127 films in his time.
I see Ray all the time because I'm on Twitter so much. I see Ray every day.
Yeah.
It's always that gif of him laughing as Henry. Like,
Yeah.
what I do Ray every single day.
Still one of the most iconic gifs in the world as well. You just want to laugh someone down, you send that gif. That's you and the boys singling out the target.
Ray Liotta was not set up to succeed. Like,
No.
Mans was an orphan.
Yeah.
He was orphaned when he was younger. He was adopted, and like he actually he didn't live like a life of crime. He wasn't in the streets or anything like that. Jersey boy, right? Actually went to acting school. I thought he was just one of those guys that they kind of like picked it up along the way because he had an iconic voice, an iconic face or something. But he fucking like smashed it, man. He was also in Field of Dreams as well.
Yeah. Field of Dreams came out, and that's what cemented Ray as, okay, we got a new star here. And then you two punch them with bloody Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Who he said that he had to audition for Goodfellas, I think 9 times or something crazy. Fuck. And he wanted to work with Scorsese and everything because it's Scorsese. You know what I mean? It's like one of the greatest directors on the planet. And he was like, I'm never going to get this movie. They're just going to, keep me coming in until they find someone better. And then Scorsese calls him one day after the 10th, what's his face? And he's like, he apologizes to him. He said the studio didn't want to cast him. It was like Pacino.
Yeah.
In what's his face? In The Offer. Not The Offer, in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Studio didn't want him to do it. They had someone else in mind. I can't remember who it was. And he said, I apologize, but do you still want to have the role? So he didn't just give it to him. He asked him.
Yeah.
You still want to take the role? Yeah.
Fuck. That's cool, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
One of those auditions should have just been the voice, because the narration in Goodfellas is fucking perfect.
Yeah. Isn't Goodfellas one of the first films to have a one-shot in there?
No.
But the one shot in
something?
there is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The what's his face? It was one of the longest at the time.
Oh, right.
One shots, because it's more than 4 minutes. Yeah, and there's literally no cuts in there. It goes from them on the streets onto the streets, walking across the road, through the building. You see everything walk by. If they fucked up once, they had to redo everything. It's not like today where you can, just have this guy walk past the camera. Okay, cool, we can cut there. All right, go back to, 2. From 2, we're filming. Let's go. No. Scorsese doesn't do that. We do it all in one. We don't do it all. Machine.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Rest in peace, honestly. Like, fucking one of the biggest, losses this year. And it's just crazy to see it, all of our stars slowly fading out and joining everyone in paradise upstairs. But better off, he'll be up there with all his family, all that, enjoying himself, probably looking back laughing, you know what I mean? He could literally do the narration for us.
Ray was in the DR though, man. He would have had a good time before he left.
Oh, 100%. But no. And that's it. That's it for our entertainment news.
It's all the news wrapped up there. Let's get into some thoughts on We Own the City, episode 5, which was fucking excellent. So things come all the way from them sort of filling in the backstory to kind of where they are now.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was fucking wild. They're talking police reform.
The non-consent? Is it a non-consent?
Non-consent.
What they're trying to get the mayor to sign.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that, if we do this, it's going to take up too much of this budget, and you're going to take away from here, so it needs to come out of your budget. Oh man, this is something that would sort of improve policing, and it means more cops out on the street and everything, and that they're actually getting trained properly.
That's
but
right.
the city won't give them money to do what's fucking right. and then they wanted and then they expect a different outcome as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's crazy to me.
Yeah. And
Like, you want it to change, but you won't give me what I need to change it.
Yeah. And like the police chief's like, hey, I support this as well. And they're like, nah, the problem isn't like, more technology and more funding. The problem is leadership. Like, you've had a new police chief every year.
Every year when there wasn't a mayoral race, you had a new police chief.
This is wild shit. I loved she works in the civil rights.
Yeah.
And she talks about her brother and living in a white neighborhood.
Yeah. In Washington, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of having every reason to hate the cops, but using that to try to make them better and hold them accountable.
Mm.
And it's like, nah, the roadblocks are there, and the system is kind of set up for police to run rampant
and
without any fucking like oversight.
It looks like they set them up to fail all the time, though, and they know. They're aware of it. They set them up to fail.
Yeah. You know, it was wild. Wayne Jenkins knew they were under investigation, and they were all still on the fucking take. They were still taking money.
Someone was talking about it, and they were like, even when they went after Gotti with the RICO, he himself was hearing stories. Hey, they picked up so and so because he was talking on the phone, and they still kept talking on the phone. They didn't believe it. These guys are dumb, man. They what I don't understand is they knew the countermeasures, what they would do, but they still continued to do it.
Yeah.
But did you hear what they said that the sentence would be?
Fuck, what was it?
For them? On the news? Do you know what it was?
What?
They just get busted out of bloody plain clothes. They got to go back to uniform.
Yeah.
So nothing really happens. There's no consequence.
That's right.
Which is why I'm thinking Wayne was like, fuck it, if they can't change my money, like they'll just bust me down.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll just keep doing it.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's fucked.
And then
that's so bad.
That one guy, is it Stainer?
Which one?
Oh, that's in Homicide now.
Yeah.
And like he's fucking stressing.
Now he's
after
worried.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, shit, I shouldn't have taken anything.
No. But that scene with K-Stop, man.
Yeah.
Was crazy. Now we want to know what type of person you are.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's the exact right fucking answer that we wanted to hear, man.
Jenkins transferred him out the next week.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, you groom this guy, but, like, he doesn't want a part of it.
No.
And he doesn't know that that's what you're doing either.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guys, you kind of just went, hey, we're taking this, so what? And they went along with you.
But it's weird how he did that. Like, he just trusted them off the bat. That guy, the Bondo, when he's on the phone, and he's like, you wouldn't believe the check I got from the city this week. It's $8,000. Like, Jesus.
That's wild. Still clocking overtime.
Well, Wayne was on holiday, remember? They were like, he's still clocking overtime. The faucet is on. Full. Jesus.
Everything's at a head.
Yeah.
Next week is the series finale.
Yeah. I don't want it to end.
I kind of feel like there's just so much to talk about. Like in the show left. Still so much to show.
I feel like they could do this in other cities.
That'd be
Much
cool.
like True Detective, right? So this same thing was sort of happening in New York with Michael Dowd and his crew, right?
Yep.
But they weren't in plain clothes. They were bloody uniformed up. Let's go in. Like they were those police.
Yeah.
The same thing happened, man. Like he tells a story in the documentary, and they get called to a domestic violence call in the city. They go into the house. They get the guy out of there. They're going through the house. They're checking the house. They find $80,000 inside the cupboard. They take 30. They leave 50. And like that's how it started for him. And then it was literally, okay, I'm going to take whatever's in your pockets. And then it just ballooned after that. This guy was providing protection to drug runners, right? So he'd know, okay, well, these people need to run drugs from here to here. We'll provide bloody security for them because nobody's going to pull over a cop.
Yep.
Nobody's going to check a cop car. None of that. They would have the drugs in their car. They would drive to the meet, everything, right? Those guys would then throw them, okay, well, so-and-so's dealing here. He's dealing here. This is where he keeps his stash, all that sort of stuff. They get all that money. They get all that drugs. They'd sell off all the drugs and keep that money and then make more money on that fucking drugs.
Fucking hell.
It's amazing. But yeah, they could do this. So I can see them spinning off into another sort of 6-part of what's his face in another city.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Because, man, the more they shine this light on corruption, it's not just like the people that are doing it that is corrupt.
Yeah.
It's all these fucking layers that like make it that you have to kind of do that.
Yeah.
You have to scam the system some way to kind of move forward.
Yeah. It was crazy when it was like the colonel. It was like, yeah, he was there too.
Yeah,
he was
coaching
him on the shooting. That was wild.
Fuck.
You got to say that you were fearing for your life and you pulled your gun and fired it in self-defense. Like, fuck.
And that's the same story every time.
Yeah.
My life was in danger. I didn't have a choice but to. Fuck. And then we got The Offer, episode 6, which kind of like went through the whole restaurant shooting for Michael, right? And they had to move this up so that they could actually impress Bloodhorn.
Yep.
Why I'm loving this show so much is it kind of like The Godfather in that, like, yeah, they're shooting this movie, right? But then they also got to deal with the interpolitics from the studio and Gulf and Western. Yeah. Then they got to deal with the mafia layer as well. And now they've got these rats on the set that are trying to fuck them over so they can assume control of production, get Coppola out of there, Ruddy out of there, and Al Pacino out of there for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
So they have to impress Bloodhorn by showing him like footage and proving that Pacino can be a leading man.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I didn't know about the gun, moving the gun, the placement of the gun in the toilet cistern, and how Pacino was like, all right, cool, it's going to be there. All right, it'll be there. But then Coppola goes, well, nah, move it so it's 6 inches higher and to the left. So he's really got to search for it. And that really shows in the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that story before. That was fucking cool.
You see him in the movie reach straight away to that point.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, there's no gun here.
Yeah.
And then you see him reach again.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it always looked like it was a different toilet, but there's only one toilet there.
Yeah.
And you see him reach, and then reach again. Just all to get for Al to sort of gain his what's his face.
Yeah. To make it more believable.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't know where the gun's been sort of strapped.
No, it's just being planted. You what's his name?
Clemenza.
Clemenza was supposed to stash the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I like
So
that.
fucking cool.
Yeah, the original, what's his face? Sleeps with the Fishes. Luca Brasi, pulled out.
He
And then they
died.
had to pause, and then they had to get, what's his face? Farino.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that because he couldn't remember his lines, they were just we just put it on a card and you just keep doing it.
Because that's what the character would do anyways.
That's what Luca would have done anyway. Luca Brasi in the book is so different compared to Luca Brasi in the film.
For real?
Yeah. Luca Brasi has a baby with this prostitute, and then she tells him about it, and he's like, "Meet me here with the child," and he ends up taking the child and throwing it into a bloody incinerator. Luca Brasi was a bad man.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But this episode ends with Columbo getting shot. It's the hit that that was put out by Joe Gallo.
Mm.
Joe Gallo was the only Italian mob guy that was using black people, so that he got a black person to actually pull the hit off, so he wouldn't suspect anything.
Yep.
He gets shot at one of his Italian-American rallies. It's real. You can actually see pictures of it.
That's wild,
It
man.
looks the same. Yeah.
With Gambino's backing.
What do you mean?
Like Gambino was in with Gallo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gallo then turns on those guys.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't like the fact that he's got blacks in his what's-his-face, in his family. They don't like that. They want to keep the family pure. And then Gallo hears about it and then puts a hit out on bloody Gambino. And I think he kills Gambino's brother or something in the what's-his-face, in a barber shop, because he thought that Gambino was supposed to be there, right? It's weird because the barber shop is inside a mall, right? So he gets some guy to go in there, shoots up the whole barbershop. Three wise guys get hit. And then after that, they're like, no. We need to do something about Gallo, and we need to do something now. They send the Irishman after it. And the Irishman shoots him in front of his family while he's having dinner at his famous place in New York.
Is that who Moniscalco is playing in The Irishman?
That's Crazy Joe Gallo.
Yeah.
Yep. He looked more like Maniscalco than he does the guy that's playing him.
I like this guy, though. I do like this guy. He looks fucking crazy.
He looks crazy all the time.
Those eyes.
Yeah. I'm going to rub your face in.
Under the Banner of Heaven was fucking fire this week as well. We got so they're getting closer to actually finding who the one and sort of mighty is. Because now, by the end of it, it's Ron, right? He's the guy.
Yeah.
The one that... Huh?
Yeah. Go on.
The one that they were chasing the whole time, Onias, is merely this guy that's just trying to just support them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think Dan is gonna fuck that up somehow.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Or they're just gonna go off the rails completely.
Yeah.
In the episode, Taba finds Onias.
Yeah.
But then you don't get to see what happens after that.
No, because that damn episode finishes.
What was crazy, right, is Brenda going with Alan to sort of help Alan because he's been
Disfellowship?
Yeah. Basically, excommunicated.
Excommunicated.
And then he's like, Alan just basically shuts those guys down, says you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Everything's built on lies, hijacks it out of there, tells Brenda to get on. Yeah. Brenda's like, no, I'm staying. And then they tell her to stay with him.
Yeah.
And not to get out of there.
Yeah.
But wild as shit.
But puts her on a collision course with the brothers. to do things and to say things that will bring the situation to a head.
Yeah. So that she's the only target.
That's right. So they painted her as a target as soon as they did that.
That's right.
The church is responsible for that.
That's
It's
right.
disgusting.
And the idea that the deeper you get into the church, the further away from like being a faithful man you are.
Yeah.
Like as soon as Ron was like, nah, I'm going to go find like these fundamentalist guys and this camp and stuff like that. He's like, all of a sudden he's into polygamy.
Yeah.
He's into like homosexuality.
Yeah.
All these things that were kind of outlawed because now there's a place that will accept him to do those sorts of things.
Yeah. This is weird, man. And then, I mean, towards the end, they're talking about how the teachings in that book that he's got, you know what I mean? And you get to see what's his face go through that crisis. The crisis of faith. Yeah, Pyrie go through his crisis of faith.
Yeah.
Sort of question his faith, which was just beautifully acted.
Yeah.
The wife is just like unbelievable in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, I like that, man. Why wouldn't you question it though? At the same time,
Yeah.
that like it could be built on lies. What I love, the scene that like really kind of sold this episode to me is when Alan is sitting in the kitchen with his father-in-law, and his father-in-law says, like, God said to the prophet, right? Change with the times.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do the same things all the time. You'll need to adapt.
That's right.
He's like, the Mormons that I grew up with, we eat chocolate.
Yeah.
We will have stuff.
And
And then,
listen to pop music sometimes.
yeah. It's like, you're not living in a wagon.
Yeah.
You're not running from the authorities all day.
Ugh.
Like, you want to take it back? It's not the same.
Mm-mm.
There's wild shit in that episode, but I think next week is the actual final episode of the season, if not the
Either
series.
next week or the week after. I think it might be 8. I'll have a look.
I could have sworn it was 7, but yeah. If we get 2 more episodes, I'm happy.
Yeah, God. There's another show I don't want to end as well. Like
Same.
it's just been so good, this show.
Really is.
Yeah, this for me is like one of those shows that I might actually go back and watch.
Just
Again.
in a row?
Yeah,
Binge it?
yeah.
So they're saying it's 7 for Banner.
All right. So next week is...
We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, so We Own the City and Banner. Gone. 1 hit next week. Trash.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. That was my perfect bookend for the week.
Yeah. It's going to be Obi-Wan, man.
Yeah. But yeah. Got our first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan there. What do you guys reckon?
I thought it was fucking excellent, man. What do you call it? The start for this was fucking crazy though, with showing like the Jedi Temple getting taken over like that.
Yeah.
That chick can fucking move though. That was fucking excellent. Chick kills it. I thought it was a one shot, and then I realized the cut when she goes through that first door. But yeah,
I love that it was the old prequel way of fighting.
Yep.
yeah,
Like they didn't slow it down or anything. It was like that fast shit.
yeah.
It was mad.
It was gangster shit. But it showed like, you know, like Obi-Wan really trying to like, you know, hold back the need to do good for others as well. Like fucking we got the example of what happens when a Jedi who's now outcast fucking helps like, you know, a spot, which was Benny Safdie, with the Grand Inquisitor and all that coming through, which was fucking mad to see too.
Yep.
And then we see Obi-Wan with that guy and he only gets half of his pay, and then Obi-Wan's out here just fucking thingy. He really wants to fuck that dude up.
Yeah.
I want to know the internal monologue for Obi-Wan at that point, eh? Oh, Lord help me.
Ewan McGregor. You
Everyone
go.
was out there thieving.
True. Man's out here stealing meat. Pause.
Ewan McGregor, though, like, does so well with showing the weight of those years.
Yeah.
Like, he's had to suppress and shut himself off from, like, this order that he's kind of lived among for, like, 30 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Look
10
at
years
it.
of...
He would have been a Jedi since he was born.
So 40
Yeah.
years at that point. And then plus
He-
10 years.
Tested metachlorians when he was younger, when he was a baby. Okay, you're a Jedi.
Yeah.
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 But, like,
Qui-Gon would have had him under his wing that whole time as well.
Yeah.
He would have been there.
I really thought Qui-Gon was going to show up.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
So hopefully he does. And it was crazy. Like, it was almost like he didn't know how to use the Force.
No.
He didn't want to switch his lightsaber on.
Mm.
It was straight
Straight
blaster
blaster.
action.
Yeah.
But it seemed like you said, he shut himself off from the Force there because he really had to fucking try when Leia's coming off the top of that building as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
it had to be like a reflex more than like a sort of deliberate maneuver,
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost.
So maybe he did what that chick did in Fallen Order, how she shuts herself off from the Force like that.
Mm.
Maybe he
that's
did
that
that to
chick.
hide himself.
I reckon that's that chick. I reckon that's the Inquisitor.
Oh shit, you reckon?
Mm.
Was it Reva?
Yeah, the third sister.
Mm.
I haven't played through Fallen Order all the way, but there
Yeah.
was a sister in there. I just don't know which one.
Yeah. That's what I was saying to Lawrence as well, because we were talking about it. It might be the same sister, but because it's not canon, that's how they don't need to follow the same shit. I don't know.
Okay.
But all that's based on it's at the same time
Mm.
as Obi-Wan and that, because the what's his face has fallen. Vader's the Jedi have fallen. Vader's in control. Yeah.
Mm.
God. It was just good though. It was good to see those characters on screen again. And directed really, really well, and even the CG was good. So there's some scenes that didn't look right. The stagecraft was a bit off.
Mm.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was great.
I was
Yeah.
I was getting a bit worried there when they went to Leia and Jimmy Smits wasn't there. I'm like, fuck, are they
Yeah.
just going to kill him off without saying anything? And then he finally showed up and I was like, oh, thank God.
Jimmy Smith is a
Smits.
fucking legend.
That's my
Fucking
guy.
Earth.
Only
know-
Smits could like be like, you've got Organa in you.
Yeah.
That makes it sound like a fucking like a thing, you know what I mean?
Why wouldn't it be like, a sort of Hispanic name?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
True. True.
Organa.
Hit him with a slick orale and then get the fuck.
Flea as well showing up was pretty cool.
That was cool. as well.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I saw him, I was, that's Flea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot he was in there. I forgot Benny Safdie was in there.
Yeah.
Mate, I always see Safdie as the brother from bloody what's-his-face, so I never really know what Safdie looks like.
Looking
Like,
lean.
I see him as the brother in Good Time, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what Benny Safdie looks like. And then I see him other places, and I'm like, that's not Benny Safdie. I don't know what Benny Safdie looks like.
Did you watch that Goldman versus Silverman shot?
No.
He's in there as well.
Is he?
Yeah. Fuck, he's hilarious. Can't wait
Nah,
for more
this-
of this, man. Because it ends
Yeah.
with Vader. Like, when you see Vader, I was like, fucking, like,
As soon as the episode finished, I was just like, fuck.
I know. Just big
Uh,
bloodhorn fucks. Fuck.
It is. That's what it was like.
I'm there with my Apple TV remote. I'm like, they got to have something after these credits, man. And then it was just cut to black, and it was just a big "Are you joking?" at the screen. Fuck, I was upset. Some days I kind of wish Disney Plus just said "fuck it" and gave us all the episodes in one hit. No,
but you know, I kind of find it more manageable, like as like appointment TV.
Yeah, so do I.
Like I got shit to do during the week now.
Yeah, I find that like now we've got all the episodes of Stranger Things out, right? I've only watched one.
Yeah,
I'm like,
true.
Cool. I can wait for the next.
Man needs his 7 hours.
Yeah, I can wait until next week. I watch another one. You know what I mean?
Stretch this out for 6 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. 7 weeks.
7 weeks. And then like the big movie that we seen this week was Top Gun Maverick. Which, like, overall, I loved the movie. I really, really loved it.
This movie under-promised and over-delivered, my friend. We were saying, me and Triz were saying, this is the best movie I've seen this year. This is better than The Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a better feeling
100%.
coming out of this one.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, how you do a legacy sequel, this is it.
This is how you do it.
Like, 30 years had passed, but it's not like you came back and Maverick was so different that it was unrecognizably not him.
Yeah.
Like, this was the same Pete Mitchell from the fucking first Top Gun.
That's right.
For me, like, after watching Top Gun last night and then watching this, the vibes are the same, man. The exact fucking same. Like, you still get, like, this feels like a movie that was shot now, but with the same vibes as the original Top Gun. Like, that same old movie feel.
Yeah. You could tell how practical the movie was as well. Like, it wasn't a CG extravaganza. Yeah, they used CG, and they probably used heaps of it in there to assist and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the shots were so practical, and you felt it. I know, because you see so much of it, I just, like, got ignorant to the fact that we were getting practical fucking, like, backgrounds and shit like that.
Yeah.
Horizons and actual face shifting. Like, the shit that they were doing in those jets was wild. Like, pulling those G's, you see the physical effects of, like, his eyes and shit, and his cheeks fucking popping out, pause.
And him, like, forcing air into his body so he can breathe. Stay awake and
God, it's crazy that it just followed the same structure of the original Top Gun. But it built on it at the same time. I love this movie. It was good, man.
Same.
Like, and this is what I mean about that sort of 80s trashy kind of cheesy movie. It was so enjoyable, and it was the easiest sort of digestion.
Yeah, but it wasn't just trashy as well. Like, it made you feel something. You felt a way. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
And you felt the effects of Goose passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was done respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, the way that they kind of had the legacy child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't that idea about Rocky's son fighting. You know what I mean? Like, that should have never been the next Rocky.
Why would you beat Ivan Drago and then just be like, I'm out the game? I'm done. Like, that should have never happened. My son's going to take over? Nah, man. Rocky would never ever do that.
Nah.
And Stallone knows, which is why he retconned the whole bloody thing. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick, unbelievable. This is the best movie I've seen this year. It's going to take a lot for some of the other movies to sort of top this movie. Pause.
Yeah. I don't see many other blockbusters this year kind of coming for this.
Nah. From what we're hearing, I mean, this movie is it's going to make over $100 million. Supposedly, it's on track just internationally to make $65 million. Yeah, so they're looking at nearly 125 to 135 million dollar opening across because it's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to the people in the US. It's Memorial Day weekend, so like it's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
I can see if this does well, I can see Cruise being like a Mission Impossible this weekend. Yeah.
Cruise had the right idea.
Oh man.
So there was no way that we could have watched this on streaming and appreciated it the way that we did.
No way. I think I would have hated the movie in streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The close-ups, the shot composition for this, you needed to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Because they show so much. Like, you see a whole fucking jet, and it's a close-up.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So, you needed that scope to kind of really sort of immerse you.
Yeah. I just hope in the next, 90 days, Paramount doesn't fuck around and, they need to give us the IMAX scenes, just like they did for Fallout on the 4K Blu-ray.
Yep.
They need to do that for this movie.
I reckon Paramount will pull a Disney Plus and do the whole we've re-released some of our films with the IMAX enhanced.
No.
Just give me Ghost Protocol. That's all I fucking want. Give me the standalone 4K Blu-ray. You know what I mean, mate?
You know what? If at any point when IMAX opens up here, they need to do the double header where it's Top Gun 1 and 2. I'd be so fucking happy with that.
Right. I would have seen
the
Fallout.
easiest 4 hours.
Yeah, I would watch Fallout, man.
I watch Rogue Nation and fucking Fallout. That'd be awesome.
Fuck, that'd be sick. But yeah, Top Gun 1 and 2, your ears would bleed by the end of it.
Oh, man. You know what? The sound in that IMAX back in the day was actually fucking alright, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you imagine it now? Would it be with all the new codecs and the Atmos and everything?
Yeah.
I want him to do the fucking the demonstration that they do at VMAX here, man. At IMAX, fuck, it would be cool to see that shit. Can you imagine they did it in 3D as well with that thing being made in front of you? Those will fall out their chair trying to get at the fucking
Also, the countdown.
Oh yeah.
Well, IMAX don't use Atmos.
No, they don't.
They have their own proprietary, DTSX kind of codec that they use. Okay. Still fire though.
It's based on DTSX though.
Yeah, but it's theirs. They optimize it for them.
Yeah, DTSX, I must tell you, is kind of better than Atmos.
Packs a bit more punch.
It's like the DTS HD Master Audio track.
It was always the best.
Fuck yeah. But no, I'm actually hanging to watch Top Gun again. I fucking want to see this shit again.
I want to wait a little bit because I do want to do that double feature with 1 and 2.
True.
Yeah.
And just take it all in, pause.
Yeah.
And that's it for this week. It's all the news. That is a wrap. You can catch us on all social media out there: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. If you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're dropping new videos weekly, which you can find at Smoke and Mirrors. I think that's all. Smoke and Mirrors podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
Condolences and just all the feelings out to those families affected by the mass shooting this week in the States. Yeah, there's just no words that I can give, comfort that I could give. But that shit is just shocking and fucking scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, love yourself, love movies.
No, vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.